All right, hello, welcome to another episode of Beginners to Bourbon. My name is Ryan. This is my wife, Sarah. Our dogs might make an appearance because they're over here. So we're doing our first couple videos. We're trying to do a series of budget-friendly beginner bottles to get people into the spirit. The first four are just bourbons. All right. After this, we'll do some wheats. We'll do some ryes. We will get into some higher proof stuff, but for right now, we're trying to stay in that 80 to like 95, 96, under 100. Let's just say under 100 range, because we want to give you good reviews on bourbons for people who are just starting out in the spirit. And if you're just starting out, you can drink it on ice. You can drink it neat. Whatever you want to do with the spirit, that's up to you. I drank stuff on ice all the time I first started. Literally, probably for the first year and a half, it was always on ice. Never neat. I couldn't handle it. I'm not going to lie. You can call me a baby. It is what it is. But you know what? The more I drank, the more I got used to the profiles. And now, unless it's like 100 degrees outside, or if it's something super proofy that I really enjoy, that I just want to kind of proof down a little bit, I'm not putting anything on ice. I'm drinking it neat. So that's where I'm at in my bourbon journey for now. So today's offering, Buffalo Trace. All right. Super budget-friendly bourbon. Super easy bourbon to drink. Very highly sought after. Depending on what market you in, you can be flooded with Buffalo Trace. You could not ever see Buffalo Trace, or like us here in Pennsylvania with the state-ran stores. I said in the last video, we usually used to get this every 5 weeks. Right now, it's about every 3 weeks we're getting a Buffalo Trace drop. And when I say a Buffalo Trace drop, it's usually Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, and Blanton's. Now, last year, we only got one E.H. Taylor drop. This year, we got a lot of E.H. Taylor. And when they did it, Fine Wine and Spirits, they were sneaky little guys. They did it 3 weeks in a row. So bam, bam, bam of E.H. Taylor. So I know for me, I kind of went overboard because these things were so hard to get, and now I'm sitting on a bunch of E.H. Taylor. I got cases around the room. I'm sitting on a whole bunch of Eagle Rare, which is good. I'm glad I'm sitting on it because it is good. It drinks really fast. People love it. But, I talked in the last video, don't be like me. Find what you like. Don't do the FOMO, where you must go grab something just because it's highly allocated or people say it's just that great or whatever else. Experiment with these low budget bourbons and see what you like. Find out if you like bourbon, if you like rye, if you like wheated, do you like blue corn, do you like red corn? My biggest thing right now is Jimmy Red Double Oaked. I will drink that all day. If I could get an ambassadorship of Jimmy Red at Highwire, I would do it because I feel like I just bought a case. I had my buddy Nick at Sobel's get me a case. I almost feel like I need a pallet just to put in my garage because I have so many empty bottles. I don't know what it is about that Jimmy Red corn. I just love it. But that's not for this video. We'll do that at another time. My whole point is don't go chase things because people say it's good or because it's highly allocated and you can't find it, because you'll go pay that stupid price. And you're going to be like, I just wasted a lot of money, a lot of my hard-earned money that I work for every day, and you don't want to do that. Trust me, I've done it. I don't want to do it. I keep doing it. One day I'll learn my lesson. So anyway, Buffalo Trace. What's going on here? Well, it's mash bill number 1. Buffalo Trace is their mash bill number 1, and they don't tell you what's in it. So I can't sit here and say, oh, well, it's 70% corn or it's this or that. Buffalo Trace keeps all of their stuff very secretive. Now, what I can tell you is bourbons have to be at least 51% corn. So we know that it's that. Buffalo Trace does have a lot of different things. So Buffalo Trace is the same juice as E.H. Taylor, the same juice as Eagle Rare, the same juice as George T. Stagg, which I don't have yet. I got a lot of Stagg Jr., which my palate, getting into the 125 proof, I absolutely love because the flavors, Buffalo Trace has a really good way of bringing the flavors out and not killing you with the Kentucky Hug burn. I don't know why, they just really do. So George T. Stagg, and then even Benchmark. So Benchmark is Buffalo Trace's lower end kind of offering. You're probably going to find it at like the first or second shelf at your fine wine and good spirits or whatever store you go to. But there is a lot of good benchmark stuff out there, like the foolproof things like that, where budget friendly, you can go get it. It's going to have the higher proof that a lot of people are after. Once you go through your journey of bourbon, there's a lot of high proof snobs out there, like the high proofers, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone is somewhere on that scale of proof. Mm-hmm. But if you want budget friendly stuff, benchmark, you can get a lot of really good foolproof and higher proof stuff for not a lot of money. So just to throw that out there. But we're not talking about that. What we're talking about today is 80 to 90 to under 100 proof bourbons that taste good, that feel good, that make you want to get into the spirit, and that you could either sip neat all day, sip on ice, or throw it into some mixed drinks and make a killer cocktail. So let's get into Buffalo Trace. Like I said, the mash bill is undisclosed. All we know is this is the same juice and a lot of other products, just aged at different levels of the rick houses. If you're up at the very top where it's super hot, you're going to have a lot of different aging going on there versus a barrel that's down at the bottom of the bottom of the rick house. Mm-hmm. The temperatures, how the barrels breathe. So if you don't know, you put bourbon into the barrel, it's clear. It doesn't look like this. It doesn't look pretty. It's just clear liquid. And then in that barrel, that aging process where it heats up and expands into the wood, into those charred staves. And then as it cools down, it comes back out. And that's what you want. You want a nice rotation of that barrel breathing, mm-hmm. To really pull the flavors, which then make what the spirit is that you drink.
Which you do have a bottle of the mash number 1.
Yes, we do have the, what do they call it? Mad Dog or...
White Dog.
White Dog. Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. White Dog. So one of my goals is to get like one of those tiny little barrels and then maybe like a semi bigger barrel and start refinishing things myself, because I do have a lot of friends and I don't see one readily offhand.
Describe one of those.
But we'll grab this too. So I do have some friends. They make so this is a Weller foolproof cherry honey jam. I can't wait to try this. I haven't opened it yet. But you take great bourbon and then you finish it yourself and some other things, people do some cool stuff. I used to work at Kellogg's, so I'm a big cereal guy. Here's some Eagle Rare Honey Smacks. Man, right off the Kellogg floor. I didn't make Honey Smacks at Kellogg's, but, there you go. So there is a lot of cool stuff that you can do finishing your own stuff. Mm-hmm. So my videos usually have been going a lot of long, 18 to 20 minutes, and it's because I ramble on about stuff like that. Because I am very passionate about this spirit, and I want to talk as much as I can because I just love it. Like if we were all here in a group, I would just talk all night long because I love it. So let's get into Buffalo Trace. So on the nose, and this is a very fresh crack. I opened this. This is the first time I'm pulling this cork out. As you can see, it's kind of hard to do. There it is. First crack of this Buffalo Trace, just for this video. So I will pour these up. And make sure if you want to do your own stuff that you get like a nice little like a bar washcloth or mat or something, because you'll make a mess. Is that enough? You want a little bit more?
That's fine.
Okay. So,
and then we have coasters.
Buffalo Trace. What are we talking about here? This is one of, if you've been living under a rock, everybody knows Buffalo Trace. Everybody flocks to the distillery. Everybody waits 5-6 hours in line for a Weller CYPB or single barrel or Eagle Rare 12 that is relatively new to the scene. People, they call them taters, which is funny. I do have in my thing, I should have got it out as a prop. It's like a little potato toss, and so I keep it with my Buffalo Trace stuff as a reminder that when I first started this, I was a full-on Buffalo Trace tater. That's all I wanted to get because that's what everyone told me was the best bourbon, and right or wrong, that's what I did. So on the nose for Buffalo Trace, you're supposed to have a vanilla, caramel,
smell honey,
cherries. Yes, on their website it says a touch of honey. A touch of honey. So just a touch. So she's got it. She's got the touch of honey, right? And it also says maybe a floral. I know a lot of people. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos like Brandon. I think his name's, I don't want to misspell. I'll just say Brandon. Whiskey Weatherman. Look him up. He always tastes, I think, some grape stuff in Buffalo Trace. I know a lot of people taste grape. I've never really gotten grape. I can get the cherries out of Buffalo Trace products, especially like Eagle Rare. Elmer T. Lee, for me, is cherries all day, which we'll do a video of that at some point here coming up. But I don't want to do too many videos of things that are so hard to get or where you have to spend. Like Elmer T. Lee is a $50 bottle, and you're not touching it for at least $150. If you can find it somewhere for MSRP, God bless you, because for us here in PA, that's not happening. I have to decide, hey, do I want to make our car payment? Do I want to get an Elmer T. Lee? You know, stuff like that. The wife gets upset. But I get the bottles because I like to share them with my friends because of the stories and the memories and the things it makes. So I will go out of my way to spend money I shouldn't spend just so I can make memories with other people. Because that's what the bourbon community is about. Friendship, good conversation, bringing people over, you know, all the things that go into it. And the bourbon community, if you haven't been in it yet, absolutely amazing. I've met so many cool people. I've met store managers that didn't know me from anybody else who have treated me so well and have gotten me cool things I would not necessarily ever be able to get elsewhere. And then just the friends and stuff you make. Say, hey, oh man, I wish I could get this. I can't get it. Someone will pull that out of their collection, I guarantee it, and be like, do you want this? And you're like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Like, it's just amazing the caring and camaraderie that goes along with the spirit. But anyway, let's get back into this because we don't want this to be another 20-minute video because I just talk. So we do a ranking system, 1 to 5 on the nose, 1 to 5 on the palate, and 1 to 5 on the finish. Now again, Buffalo Trace, I mean, it is sweet for days. I get sweetness. They just find a way, no matter what they make, is just so easy to smell and to drink, I guess. So like I said, we're trying to look for vanillas, caramels. You already got the honey. Trying to look for some cherries. You know, I kind of get a little bit of floral, like they say. I could get on board with that. You're looking at me like, no, you don't got to look a bouquet.
How do you know what flowers smell like? You don't buy me any.
No, so it's true. Because I say flowers will die. And
is that how you feel about our relationship?
Is that a sign of our relationship? No, I want to give you something that's going to last forever.
Legos.
Lego flowers. Lego, if you see me, so you can sponsor our channel. She has a wealthy collection of Lego flowers. We'll just put it at that.
Sure.
So I think the nose is very inviting. I think it does have a little bit of that floral. I think it does have a little bit of the vanilla. Anything that you're going to get out of a good bourbon, and a little bit of oak, not too much. I'm missing the caramel. I think
you get a little bit of that sweetness. That might be the caramel.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But all right, well, let's taste it, and then we'll go back to smell it again because, like we said, as soon as you taste it, you go back to smell it. You're going to get new stuff. Cheers. No, well, I got a little bit burned through my nose when I had a little breath there, but I do get the cherry.
Yeah, I can taste it at the end.
I can, and it's something that I've never really thought about before. And guys, you watch my other videos. I'm the first to admit my palate is not that developed. So if you put me on the spot, I'm gonna like sweat, but I do get the cherry. I get a little bit of the vanilla. So what they say you're supposed to get out of this bottle, if you go on their website, you do a Google review, whatever. So obviously, like sugars, you're getting that sweetness, right? Vanilla, baking spices, which all this stuff, any bourbon that you taste, you're probably going to get that. Some toffee. Maybe I need to go get some toffee because I'm not pulling that out of, that's been like a theme, and I'm not picking up on that. And guys, I can't tell you I just sit around and eat toffee all day. So that could be something I need to go get and experiment with to see if I can start pulling it out of these pores.
The second sip, you definitely get that cherry.
Cherries,
yes. Stronger cherry coming out that second sip.
Not grapes. I'm sorry, Brent. I don't get the grapes yet. I think the other day when I was drinking some Eagle Rare, I said maybe I get some grape taste. I kind of felt that way.
Maybe after we drink that Weller little bottle, might have it.
I hope so. Cherry honey jam. I hope that's very fruit forward. But anyway, that's what we should be tasting. So, like I said, I get the sugars, the sweetness. I get a little bit. Maybe the sweetness is a little bit of caramel, right? I get the vanilla. Not too much baking spices though. Do you get baking spices in this?
No, I get that cherry at the end for sure.
Yeah, cherries all day, I think, which is weird because it's something that when I've had my first kind of Buffalo Traces, I really didn't get that, but now that I'm a little bit more developed, I can taste it. And I try to let it sit on my tongue so I can try to pick up where I'm getting it from. Yeah, cherries. I don't know. Brandon, maybe I'm right. Maybe I did just get a little bit of grape. It's hard to tell. There's something fruit forward, right? But I'm feeling it on the front. It gravitates to the tip of my tongue. Like, the tip of my tongue is lighting up with flavors. And then I also am getting some on the sides. I would say hard sides of the left and right. Not too much middle, but the tip and the sides is where my tongue's just kind of like lighting up with the flavors.
Mine starts in the middle and then goes to the front. Yes.
Navigates out like a...
But I feel it more in the middle at first, then it goes to the front. So.
And then the finish, just like all of the others we've tried, and it's going to be that way, guys. 90 proof, 80 proof, you're probably not getting too many of these with long finishes because they're not uncut, they're not unfiltered, so you're not getting the viscous, oily flavor to coat your mouth. So it is a medium finish. And again, oak. So it talks about oak. It does say espresso. I didn't get any espresso, and we're huge coffee drinkers. So I would pick up on espresso in a minute.
I've had some of that. Yeah, you can, but not this.
That's what I was going to get. And then it does go into the like a fruity finish, a fruit finish.
Which cherry's fruit. So.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right. So we're going to score it. It's 1 through 5 on the nose, 1 through 5 on the palate, 1 through 5 on the finish, and then we're going to give it a overall rating out of 15. Sarah has worked ahead because she was a good student in school, and I still have to do mine. So let me just bear with me here for a second. I mean, mine's going to be pretty... I think it's going to be pretty easy. All right, there we go. What did you say for the nose?
5.
Wow, 5 out of 5. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, Buffalo Trace just has found a way to do that, especially for beginner offerings like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare. I haven't had too much of the benchmark stuff, so I don't want to speak on something I don't know a lot about. But the key offerings that they do, like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, Weller Special Reserve, which I know a lot of people will hunt to the ends of the earth and then turn around and criticize it because, it's $32. But I think Weller Special Reserve is a great pour for what the price is. I mean, if you could find a 107 or a foolproof, that's where you want to go. Absolutely. Weller Single Barrel, which I only just acquired, and Weller CYPB, which I only just acquired, which I spent $90 for an ounce. Now, I don't know. I wasn't there when they poured it. Maybe they poured me some basement bourbon, but when I tasted it in Kentucky when I was there, I paid $90 for an ounce, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? But, when you're in Rome, you're going to try stuff. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible to me. So I really hope that the guy was like, you know what, I'm going to make a quick buck, and I'm going to pour him some BS bourbon and keep the CYPB, and I'm going to hope I really didn't try it. I'm going to hope they just took my money and gave me some nonsense, because it wasn't good.
No.
So I'll just say that. But if you can find like Weller Reserve or 107, like Buffalo Trace just has a way to make these things go down well, taste well. I know we talked about we don't want to say smooth on the channel because that's like a taboo thing. It's not smooth. But they have a way of just making things good for beginners getting into the spirit. So anything you can find, I feel like you're going to like. So I feel like our scores are going to be pretty high. I kind of looked at yours, but I think we're going to be like right in the same area. All right. So what did we do on the nose? So you did a 5 out of 5.
Yep.
I did a 4 out of 5. All right. So we're one off, which seems to be our theme here for these different ones. What about the palate?
4.
So you did a 4 out of 5 on the palate. I did the same, 4 out of 5. I thought this was very pleasant to drink. No Kentucky hug. I did get a little burn out of my nose, but that's probably because instead of swallowing or whatever. But I mean, you're not going to get much burn on a 90 proof product or an 80 proof product. It's not going to happen. So, yeah, cherries for days. Mm-hmm. And honestly, before now, I did not get cherries ever before. So that just says how much my palate has been changing and how it's been developing. So keep that in mind. When you try things for the first time, you may or may not get these notes. Keep trying things and then go back to things that you had, especially something like this for $30. I saw this for like $22 or something in some market. I forget what state it was in, but you can get these from like $22 to $32 depending on where you're at. And I mean, for that kind of price, buy them up. It's good to sip neat. It's good to sip on ice. It's good to make drinks with. I mean, you can do whatever you want with this bottle. It is a very versatile bottle. So what's your finish? Sorry. A 4 on the finish. I gave mine a 3. So why did you give yours a 4? I'm putting you on the spot. Take another sip. Why did you give yours a 4?
Well, compared to like the Russells that we did the other day,
mm-hmm.
The Russells had that burn and everything at the end.
The Russells did have the burn. What about the 4 Roses?
Oh, Lord, now I have to remember.
Do you remember what you gave your 4 Roses? I think I was the same. I think I was a 3 out of 5.
No, I think I had a 4 for that one as well. Because it just had that nice finish to it.
Okay. I think my
It didn't last long, but I'm not a big cherry person when it comes to fake cherries. I prefer eating cherries.
Medicinal cherry flavor, like medicine.
Yes.
No good.
This doesn't have that. So it has that fruit, and I kind of like that aftertaste of that cherry just sticking around. It's almost like eating a cherry pie.
It's crazy how you said it. Like there. Just now, salivating, it's in my tongue.
Get it. It's still there. But
I can still get the cherry.
It went away quickly, but it's almost still there.
It's almost still there. You're right.
So that's why I kind of gave that one a 4. So.
Okay. I gave mine a 3 only for the fact I love the flavors, I love the finish, I love how I can still taste it. Again, because it's an 80-90 proof bourbon, and it's a 90 proof bourbon, and the flavor goes away too fast. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Maybe I could have given it a 4. It's right on that edge because this one is lingering where the other 2 did not. But I can just salivating a little bit. Like it's kind of when my mouth, for other words, sweats a little bit. I can taste it. So you're right. I think I could have went either way on it because it is good. But I wish it was like longer, and I know we're not going to get that in filtered bourbons. You're just not going to get it. It's not going to be that viscous, oily flavor. So total, I got 8, 9, 10, 11.
13.
And you got 13. All right. Well, out of the 3 so far, this is the highest ranked one between the both of us.
Would I gift that to somebody? Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, I went overboard with these, just like I did with Eagle Rares and E.H. Taylors. However,
they're great gifters.
Yeah, Eagle Rares and E.H. Taylors, you start getting up there in price. And when I say up there in price, $38, I think, is what E.H. Taylor or Eagle Rare goes for now. E.H. Taylor is $55. Our Fine Wine and Good Spirits, the last E.H. Taylor drop, did a sale of $45. And then I bought a ton because I'm like $10 off. I'm just buying it. So again, now I have more than I know what to do with. And I'm going to have to give them away, maybe do some raffles or some giveaways, which we can obviously do. But if you can find this, pick it up. Give it to your friends, family, whoever. If you're getting into bourbon, pick this up, give it to them. They're going to like it. I guarantee they're going to like it. Well, for us anyway. I know everybody's palate's different, but I mean, this is such an easy sipping beginners to bourbon that you can get.
Yep.
Would you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up our Buffalo Trace bourbon tasting. I think next is Still Austin. So stick around. We're going to be doing the Still Austin next. And then what we'll do is we're going to take all 4 of those and we're going to do a blind and we're going to see which one wins out. And I know for a fact that will be pretty interesting.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes. I've been forgetting to say that because I know a lot of people, and I'm guilty of it myself, and I catch myself and then I go back in. But listen, people that are doing this, especially the people that really care about the community and bourbon and stuff like that, like liking and subscribing people's videos, that's what helps them get in front of the distilleries, which then helps get them, I want to talk about like media samples and things like that. No, you're not allowed to sell media samples and stuff like that, but we do a Friends Fridays. I'm not trying to make money off my channel. We make enough money. I don't need to make money off this channel. My goal off this bourbon channel, Beginners to Bourbon, is to have us, friends, anyone who wants to come over, get on the channel, talk about stuff, dive into the community. That's what it's about. We get some media samples, that would be awesome. You know what I mean? And then, I did my business model backwards. I bought all the bourbon first, which I don't know why. My financial advisor, thinks I'm an idiot. But I bought all the bourbon first, and then now doing the videos. But retrospect, it would have been cool to have people send me samples or send us samples to do. And then be able to share those samples with friends. We do a Friends Fridays where anyone on my social media or neighborhood can come over. We cook out, we drink bourbon, and that's what I do. I buy bourbon, people drink my bourbon, then I gotta buy more bourbon. So that's my business model. It doesn't sound like a very profitable thing, but again, we're not in for profit. We're in for memories, we're in for friends, we're in for family, we're in for boosting the community and having fun with people doing this project. So, all right, well, have a great night. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.
Cheers.